Hey everybody, welcome back to the garage. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please go ahead, click on subscribe, and also click on that bell to receive all the updates and activities on my channel. Alright, so this is the latest on the Ultra. We're starting the process of working on the front end, dealing with the bushings and the trailing arm, and we're also replacing the skis. Alright, so if you have a snowmobile, it doesn't matter what kind it is, Polaris, Arcat, Yamaha, Skidoo, they all have an Achilles heel when it comes to the mounting of the skis. And essentially, what it is, the bushing will have a tendency to rust and corrode, and then it will seize itself to the bolt, and then you can't get the ski off. And this is exactly what happened on the Ultra. Again, it's no big of a surprise with a machine of this age. If the skis have never been off, this is going to happen. Don't be surprised if it does. So just to give you an example what I'm talking about, this is the original ski that was on the Sled, and I went to go take it off, and I removed the hardware, and the bolt was just seized to the bushing, and there was no way for it to pass a bolt out of the ski to get it out. So yeah, I resorted to cutting the ski apart to get it off the spindle, because at the end of the day I really didn't care, because I knew I was putting another set of skis on it. But essentially what we're talking about, this is the bushing and the bolt that goes through the spindle. What will happen over time is, with rust and salt and moisture and dirt and whatever everything else, these are just two. That's a steel bolt, and it's a steel bushing. And what will happen is, again, with salt, dirt, rust, it'll actually kind of fusion weld itself to it, and then you can never get it out. So what Kimpex has come up as far as a solution on the aftermarket, they've come up with this modified bushing kit. So in the kit, you're going to get two new bolts, a plastic insert, and then you're going to get a stainless steel insert that's going to pass through the plastic insert. And the thought process behind it is, with the stainless steel and the plastic going through the hardware for the ski, there should be no corrosion in there, and this should eliminate the problem. So I've used these things in the past before. I've had very good luck with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the Sled. I'm going to show you how it goes together, and it's pretty simple. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to clean out the original spindle. Get rid of as much junk and dirt and debris in there. I just got a screwdriver in here with a shop rag, and all I'm doing is I'm just cleaning it out, make sure we're getting as much crap out of there as possible, right? So there you go. So, all right. So at this point, what you want to do is you're gonna take your plastic insert, and then we're gonna just grease it up a little bit. Not a lot. You can use grease. You can use anti-seize. I tend to use grease that's resistant to water. Yeah, you don't need a lot, because this fit is actually pretty tight, and if you glob it on, it's just going to get pushed out anyway when you put it on there. So you want to just make sure it's clean. So at this point, all we're going to do is just slide it in there, right? Clean it up. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your stainless steel insert. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to put a little bit of grease on it. It does two things. One, it helps to reduce any corrosion from building up on it. And also it's going to help it to ensure it's not going to get bound up in there. Right, when the ski is rocking back and forth, it will be able to spin. So then you're just going to put it into the plastic insert. Alright, so that's in there. So last thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the ski up to the spindle. So I'm not using the hardware that was included in the kit, because that hardware was designed for the older ski, for the narrow ski on the original one. So I'm actually using the hardware that came with the ski saddle. So your application may vary, but between the two you'll be able to figure it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the ski up. Right. Right. So now we got it lined up. I know it's in the approximate place. I'm also going to put some grease on the bolt as well. Right. If this is something that you normally don't do, you want to get in the habit of doing it, because this is really preventative maintenance that you should be doing at the beginning or at end of each year. Take the hardware out and then just do as I do, and then it will pretty much ensure that you'll never run into this issue ever again. So now all we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten everything down, and the hardware, typically it's 9/16. Your application may vary. That's it. That's all you gotta do. The other thing that I replaced on as far as the front end are these two guys. These are the spindle post bushings, whatever you want to call them, and they exist at the top of the trailing arm. There's one right here, and then there's another one right here. Typically, what will happen is over the course of time, these will get chewed up, and these will cause the majority of the binding sensation or heavy steering on the front end of these sleds. You know, people will start to look at radius rods and the drop arms and the towers and everything else, but typically these are pretty much overlooked. So do yourself a favor, if you're suspecting or if you're experiencing hard steering, go ahead and replace these first. They're very inexpensive. I think both of these are like less than $5. I think they're like $2 a piece, and they're easy to replace. It takes all of 10 minutes to do. So again, all you do is you just remove the drop leg, the spindle will come right out, and then you just take a drift or a punch or a screwdriver and knock the bushings out, clean everything up, remove the old grease, and then just tap them in, put the spindle back in, and you'll see almost immediately the reduced steering effort, and typically that will solve the problem. So yeah, that's it. If there's any questions, comments, concerns as far as what I did today, go ahead and leave them in the comments box. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day. See ya.